That's just me.
The problem with us women,
I cannot keep victimizing myself. I'm not a victim.
This is the problem.
He's already moved on.
I like that part.
Amanda, I hear you there, and I agree with you there. But I'm gonna say this.
I'm gonna be cute. I'm gonna be
Amanda,
sensitive.
I'm gonna say this to you. There's a lot of
You
young
wait, I'm
women
gonna be
have this
sensible?
mentality
Yeah.
that they could rebuild just like that. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm not. But the reality is this: that you're competing with so many other beautiful women. No man got to pick you. You might never get picked again. You might never. You could freeze your egg. That shit could be in the freezer forever.
Impossible.
You might never get picked.
No, let's ask a man. Let's ask a man. Let us know.
Who's not picking this?
What?
Shit.
Because a man is like, I'm just gonna dust myself off and I'm gonna grab me.
Get back at it.
So what I'm saying is, based on what T is, the scenario that T is presenting, you're 35, you have multiple failed long-term relationships. You clearly are fucked up somewhere because you haven't done your assessment and gotten right so that you can get what you want. And you got the passport bro bullshit. You got all the Instagram bullshit. You got the, you're going to be dying along with a cat bullshit. you don't have the 30 G's to freeze your eggs. Like all
You a 4 or a 10.
Yeah, like all this. You're not a 7. So I'm just saying, like,
at best,
based on what you, as a man, how do you assess what her response is?
So to answer your question, I actually agree with Amanda in a sense where when we start thinking about why, okay, let's say the whole scenario we got, the woman's 35, a guy just, she just had a 5-year waste of time of a relationship that went nowhere. This has happened to her before, right? You got the passport bros. You got all your eggs is drying up. Your shelf out. Yeah, you got all that noise. What I will say is I agree with something that she said was be sensible, right? And I think that you have to at some point start to say, how am I going to compete, right? You can't compete against every beautiful girl. No, you just can't, right? There's always going to be a prettier girl, and there's always going to be a new, younger, prettier girl than you. And at this rate, she might even be further ahead in her career too at this point, right? So how do you compete? You know what I'm saying? And realistically, just like how most men who get a lot of girls, there's two ways. There's the liars, and then there's the ones who just know women more. You need to know men more. It's all you got to do. Be receptive, analyze, and implement. You do those 3 things, you won't have a 5-year relationship that fails, most likely. Or at least you put yourself in a better winning, odds and position. So then you don't have to compete. Then if you are 35, technically speaking, you should probably have more of yourself together financially, which is a better starting point for a lot of men now too. We're talking about the new noise, not the old noise. Them older heads be scared with women of money. These younger heads, we require women to have money. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different. But that's what I think.
I thought y'all don't care about our career and our money.
That's the old head.
That's the old heads.
Rico cares. He needs you to come with a bag.
Because you gotta think about it. Those old heads, they didn't. You gotta think about it. If you I said this over here. My college had like 60% women. So what do you think? I grew up as 18 years old in a college facility where obviously people are trying to go somewhere in their career. With 60% of my college filled with women, you think I'm gonna think my girl is not gonna be working? You're out of your mind. Now, if you go back to I don't know what the college stats was in 1990.
It ain't even 90 because millennials are the old heads. Gen X is the old heads.
Mm-hmm. Millennials are still young. No, millennials go from all the way down to 28.
Like the original, like when
you're talking about, it's a 15-year gap. You gotta remember. So 28 to 43. Let's just say, or 29 to 42.
So let's just say the 38 to 43-year-olds.
Yeah, so I would say 38 and up, right? Once that threshold.
35 and up.
All right, let's go 35 and up too. We could do that as well.
Millennials 81 to 96.
We always circle back to checking them dates.
The generations, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing because but what I'm saying is if you were in college in the 90s, which you can't be a millennial.
No.
Or the early 2000s.
Yeah. If you were in the college in the 90s, I don't know what that stat is, but I doubt, I'm willing to bet everything I ever acquired in my life, it does not have 60% of women in there, in college in the 90s. So those old heads are not accustomed to women getting money like that or setting themselves up for money. The way I grew up, first of all, I grew up, unfortunately, with a bunch of single moms around me in my area who are all working and getting money. And then I'm going to college with a bunch of women in my area who are getting money.
I think it been that way in the 90s as well.
What, in college? I'm talking about kids being a quad. Well, an 18-year-old is not really a kid, but we consider it a kid. But 18 to 22-year-olds, you're growing up in a time where everybody is having the ability to work. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm thinking for me, like, if I'm 35 now, if a man is 35 10 years from now, you feel what I'm saying? It's not the same world. It's not the same world. You need to be sensible. So that's my opinion on that. Can you soak up? Yeah.
What about the heartbreak piece of it, right? I think the person is gonna kind of have to have this process. I think it's hard to just get up and shrug yourself off
that is
when
not
you're
easy.
dealing. Like, if you've dealt with heartbreak, right, or disappointment and things like that, I think it's a little bit more difficult to be like, okay, now if you are sitting there ruminating year 1, 2, 3 and fixated on the one that got away, it's problematic. But I think it's going to take a little bit of time for you to be like, okay, you know what? I got to move on. I don't think you just get up and be like, 5 years of my life, all right, it didn't work out, dust myself off and get back up.
That time that you take to yourself to be in your feelings, you can also take that time to, I'm not saying instead of, but also at the same time, like, figure yourself out. Like, what was it about you in that relationship or the past relationships that got you here? Like,
That's not what she's saying.
Yeah, but there's a part that we're missing too, because the part that we're missing is that the storyline is the man and her separated after 5 years, and then he goes on to date somebody. We don't know how long that takes, and then 6 months into dating, after that they get engaged, and now she has an issue. So what we can say is, if he started dating day one after the breakup, that means they've been broken up for 6 months at the very, very least, which I highly doubt that's how that happened, right?
Probably was dealing with shorty from before.
But what I'm saying is, how long? Like, the thing is, everybody want to pocket watch other relationships. I don't get it.
What do you mean?
Break that down.
Like, you pocket, like, it's like somebody, like, it's like if I'm watching Amanda getting money and I'm trying to count her pockets and see how she making money because she doing the same job as me. Well, she doing something better and something different because she's getting paid more. Same thing with relationships. You dating my ex. Okay, you getting more out of my ex than I got out of her. I'm not about to pocket watch your relationship or love watch your relationship.
It's a different formula.
Yeah, you doing it. You doing whatever this is better than I was doing. So I'm not going to take that personal. Guess what? You figured out the key to the code. You know what I'm saying? I only had door number 1. You got to door number 5. You winning. Salute. But if it keeps on happening, then that means I need to be a better locksmith.
I get that.
I agree. But I also think that we have to look at this in stages. And Marie just brought it up. Like, you know, when you grieve, there's like stages of grief. So it's like you're gonna grieve the relationship. You're gonna go through whatever stages that is. I don't know, how long does it take? 5 months, 6 months, or whatever.
I don't know. Everybody's different. I don't know.
I mean,
First
for
of all,
a 5-year
Aaron doesn't have
relationship,
heartbreaks. That's one.
No, but I would think that for someone you've been with for 5 years, it's gonna take some time. That's what I'm saying, and I know it's gonna take some time. But just make sure that's not all you're doing. You're not just sitting around grieving, being depressed. Make sure you getting some self-care in there. Make sure you figuring yourself out. That's what I was saying. I know that's not exactly what Marie was saying.